Governor Haley also sent a letter to Secretary of State John Kerry citing safety of South Carolinians as her primary concern.
But reaction in the Lowcountry is mixed as to what to do about refugees fleeing the Syrian civil war as well as ISIS. News 2's Travis Rice spent the day in downtown Charleston in the court of public opinion. Travis, what are you hearing from the people in the Lowcountry?
Hey, good evening, Brendan and Carolyn. It's the talk of the town bringing Syrian refugees to the States. However, it's been described as both a logistical nightmare and the right thing to do.
Just because of Syria attacks doesn't mean all people from Syria are the same way.
I don't think they should be allowed.
The Syrian refugee crisis galvanizing the Lowcountry after Paris.
I am now requesting that the President and the federal government cease sending refugees from Syria to North Carolina.
A growing chorus of governors saying not in our state to fleeing Syrian refugees. Monday, Governor Nikki Haley issuing a letter to the Secretary of State asking in part to not resettle any Syrian refugees in South Carolina. The governor citing the safety of those in the Palmetto State as a reason enough. As of Tuesday, more than half of the nation's governors saying Syrian immigrants are not welcome in their state. More states declining to comment on this contentious issue than those allowing safe refuge.
I'm not exactly sure if it's even practical to do this unless every state agrees to do this.
Christopher Day, assistant professor of political science at the College of Charleston.
The problem with decisions like this one that Governor Haley has made is that reflecting on this moral dilemma hasn't even occurred. People have gone directly to the demagoguery and the Islamophobia that's informing this debate. It's not even a debate.
Families fleeing a war-torn country, a political talking point.
It's kind of like the same thing how everyone treats 9/11 attacks with Muslims and then isolating Muslims all at once.
We're in Charleston, like if they let them in, like they could be, ISIS or somewhat related to terrorists.
There are people who live in the United States who are considered wrong people. So that's the question to that. We don't really know.
Perhaps just people from the other side of the world.
They're here to try to seek safety. They're here to try to flee persecution. This is what refugees are.
Back here outside the U.S. Customs House, we reached out to the U.S. State Department and they say there are actually no Syrian refugees from the most recent exodus living here in South Carolina. Live in Charleston, Travis Rice, News 2.